What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. I just wanted to talk about something real quick that's kind of obvious, but I said, why not? Because I woke up with it on my soul, and I said, you know what? I always believe when I'm on these social media websites or whatever, it's best most of the time to just say how you feel. I ain't gonna share this. I don't care who see it, who don't. I started to realize something. Now, give me a second. Put some lotion on my face. I started to realize something there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna share this. 'Cause I really do mean this from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I just wanted to make sure I shared that real quick. Yeah, you see the title. The title is not incorrect. I mean it exactly the way I say it. I honestly and truthfully believe, and I'm gonna have to say this, that Black Americans and Latin Americans prefer lies over the truth. They prefer drama over things being calm. They prefer being in a state of always gossiping, drama filled, wake up, let's go take on the world. And a lot of them, which I'm starting to learn now, are extreme racist. Racist, whatever you want to call it. Oh, well, somebody black can't be right. Okay, bigot. That'll work. Because I know we'll have that argument. I took a look back and I spoke about Dr. Umar Johnson yesterday. And if you don't know Dr. Umar Johnson has been able to not only withstand accusations of being a con artist, but also he's been called a con artist. This man has made his way to Power 105, but he was helped by another con artist, which was Charlemagne. Charlemagne was caught up in that whole con artist grift, if you want to call it, or whatever. It's funny to me because when I look at African Americans, it seems this is where they saturate themselves into. But at the same time, they'll sit around and they say, oh, we want the truth. Don't you hear that often? I want the truth, the truth, the truth. Well, you can't be the truth if you are always lying to people. And that seems to be what the gist is. A lot of these people are liars. I don't give a fuck about the 3 people that hold off or left off or whatever. I really don't give a shit. See ya. No, we take a new direction this year. Oh, whole new direction. I told you I'm about to Candace Owen the fuck out this shit. These people not only have let me down, but they got mad at me. And I want the rest of people to hear this. They got mad at me because I wouldn't participate in lying with them. Do you believe that? They said, if you can't tell lies like the rest of us, you can't tell falsehoods like the rest of us, we're going to get you offline. So a woman herself created a lie about me. And since this is a culture, African American culture is led by women, if you didn't know. It's the only culture in the United States that's led by women. They get their answers, they get the information, they take their directives from women. Very weak culture. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these fucking liars tell and make up a story about me. Like I actually watched this. And so I ain't gonna say her name, but one woman made up a story and said I tried to date her, which is a complete fucking utter lie. She said that lie to put me in a position because she felt she was talking about one that you call Diddy, and she felt like, well, I'm gonna match him up and make him look like all of them were sexual predators and da, 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 da. Mind you, this woman has been online telling the same lies for 4 years now, and that's who they chose as their leader. That's who they chose to build campaigns for. This is who they choose to raise money for. This is a woman, no matter how many lies she tells, she is allowed to use somebody's platform. She has other vloggers that will lie for her. This culture embraces liars and drama creators. Used to be a great culture. Used to used to be a great culture. Used to be people that were proud. Used to be people that were within it, that would go out and make change. Now they have just turned into the crybaby culture. That's all they do, get online and cry. And then the same things they cry about, they go and do amongst one another. This is the hypocrisy in this culture. The things that they claim that people are doing to them, they turn around and do to others. This is why I tell you, these are not the same African Americans. No, these are the new blacks. The new blacks. These are not African Americans. This is a hybrid of a nigger, a hypocrite, and a liar, all rolled into one. It took a couple generations of single motherhood to make them come about, but now you have the perfect blend of a nigger, a hypocrite, and a liar, all rolled into one. That is the common African American nowadays. And they live by this rhetoric because that's who they are now. Not who they used to be, who they always been. No, they were great, beautiful people, but now that's who they are. And so you have to take precaution when you're dealing with these liars, hypocrites, and niggers. You have to take precaution, even if you're dealing with them in the same color stuff. You have to take and make sure that you know that there's not going to be anything good that comes out of the interaction with most of them. It's not. What's going to happen is the interaction with most of them is going to be disgusting. It's going to be led by some conversation, crying, complaining about something. It's going to lead from some situation about talking about jail or gossiping about somebody, because this is the foray, this is the bulk of Black American culture now. It's not worth much anymore. It's not worth much at all. And you can see why so many multiple different other cultures, which they happen to pretend like they don't see, make fun of them. All the cultures led by such words as messy, chow. Any reverb you can go back to remind them of being a slave and being on a plantation they all with. So when the rest of America sees this and wonders why I took a direction against them instead of being for them anymore, I want you to understand completely why. First of all, you must understand the minds of African Americans. They do not like honesty if it goes against them. Meaning, if you say anything or do anything or pose any type of questions or point out any hypocrisy amongst them, they don't want to hear it. No, it's your fault. No, it's their fault. No, it's them. And they will use pronouns like us, them, we. Ain't no us, them, we. And a lot of people will be shocked while I'm sitting up here saying this shit or whatever. And I'll tell you why. I've done many things for this culture. Many things. I've gotten people hired within this culture. I have filled people's refrigerators up with groceries multiple times for fallen niggas that went to prison and shit like that. I've been an upstanding motherfucker as far as the culture is concerned. I'm only half black, but I've been an upstanding motherfucker. You would think that they would have a parade for me. I've done so many things for African Americans. I mean, it's really that much, you know? I brought people to the studio with me, multi-million-dollar studios, one of them being Daddy's house, from off the streets. Saw a couple kids before, they'll vouch for me. selling their CDs back in the day. CDs. I snatched them up off of what's the name because I thought the music was good. I said, yo, come with me. I'm going to take you over to the studio. And I did so. Had the experience of their life. I've taken people and got them jobs I barely knew. I've taken people, brought them into my home and barely knew them because they didn't have anywhere to stay at. I fed people. I put groceries in people's refrigerators. I've bought Christmas presents for African American children before because the mother couldn't afford it. I've done that several times. And to no avail, I didn't even get a thank you from that woman. But I left it alone. I didn't go with this woman. She was my. I'm trying to understand, make y'all understand something. What led these people to here because they think they're in perfect tone and you're not. It sounds like you're a perfect tone when you're amongst each other. Oh yeah, you can hype each other up and make it seem like something else is going on, but the rest of the world looks at you quite differently because of your interactions with each other. Hell, you can tell by when you're on here with me. You see the interaction with it. When I was on here and I was talking about Jaguar Wright, one thing I say about Jaguar Wright is this. Puss in Boots had a lot to do with this shit too, so I never forgive that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't even spit at that bitch's funeral. But this is the thing though. With all that being said, they did the same thing to her. And I tried to warn her then. See, I've always been a stand-up motherfucker. And at some point or another, you just get tired of being a stand-up motherfucker and just be like, hey, you know what? These people are not going to like you unless you lie to them, talk about drama, or create some drama, or have some drama to speak about. And then the third tenet in talking to African Americans is who we bashing today. Now, within the next hour or so, as it reaches 9 and 10 o'clock, my time here on the East Coast, what you're going to see is you're going to see a litany of different posts from different African American creators. So, same African American creators that didn't say a word about Martin Luther King, but enjoyed the day and the festivities. Go back and look. If you don't believe me, go back and look the day before yesterday, which was Monday, and see how many of your favorite African Americans mentioned Martin Luther King. You'll find none. And and I'm going to advocate for it. I think they should take the day away. I think they should take away Black History Month as well. They don't celebrate it. They don't care. They're going to spend the whole month gossiping. There's an excerpt that I'm going to put up, and I'm going to say the same thing. You're going to see that I said it last year. I said, please don't spend Black History Month gossiping and complaining and talking shit. And that's what they did. They did the same thing last year. They did the same thing the year before. They don't even celebrate their own holiday that they would give and take it away from them. We could use that money to do other things. We could feed people that are homeless, that don't have anywhere to stay at. You understand what I'm saying? That are not on drugs severely, that are not fucked up, that can be redeemed. We could take that money that they spend on Black History Month to do a whole bunch of other things with it. So why keep on giving these people a holiday that they don't even express, they don't even care about? Oh no, I'm gonna start advocating for a whole bunch of other things. You want a motherfucker, I'll give you a motherfucker. Because I look at it like this. If you have to get online and you're telling people the absolute truth, you're bringing people reality and life and what's going on or whatever, and the way that those people pay you back is giving you their ass to kiss, if those same people, they won't rally behind you financially or however else it is anymore because you won't talk about and bash a woman within the tone of drama every day like they want. Well, those aren't subscribers, my friend. Those are a bunch of barracudas and animals. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I have Black people in my family. I have Black cousins. I have people that are Black on my mother's side of the family. And so for me, it's like none of them act like that. So I started going in a little bit deeper or whatever, because none of my cousins act like that. I have a cousin that's an author. They don't act like that. Yo, what's the drama? Who's talking about who? Yo, I heard so-and-so said so-and-so. Or really? Well, let's start this off. I heard so-and-so said this morning. Yeah, that's a great post. Let's put that up. We'll really fuck up the culture then. You almost get to the point where you're asking these niggas, yo, do you work for the Klan? Do you work for the KKK? Do you work for white supremacy? You actually have to ask some of these motherfuckers that, because if you listen very carefully to the shit they say and watch their behavior, it is contested of that. No, 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 no. We won't be defending these motherfuckers in 2024. I said it before. I say it again. Let them perish as they shall. What's up, Ahmad L? How you doing? Man, I'm just sitting up here telling my how I feel. That's all. Ahmad L's cool. Ahmad L, believe it or not, is amongst men of color that aren't weak. Ahmad L has been on here, and there's another brother too. I haven't seen him in a while. It's something G. I forgot what it is. But Ahmad L and the other brother, Mark, that's his name. I haven't seen him in a while either. Mark might have got upset with me for some of the things I said. You know, I don't say these things out of anger. I just woke up. It was just how my soul was feeling. And if my soul is feeling like that, maybe that's God telling me, hey, this is the message I need you to convey right now. You know, the disciples, they came about and they said things to the other people or whatever before Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. You remember that story? Lot went around and told everybody. He said, listen, you need to change ways. God's going to come down here and destroy this place. And in the end, when Lot destroyed the city of Sodom, he told and gave the privilege of Lot and Sarah to leave the city before it would be fully destroyed with the people and inhabitants who happened to be their culture within that city. Hey, Mr. Divine Franklin. And so what happened was Sarah decided to look back as the city was being destroyed, and that was her sin. She had still carried some of that in her. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it was. So right then and there, you have an example of how the culture was supposed to be together. The culture was supposed to be celebrating. The culture was supposed to be standing up there. A lot of what you say applies to being a stand-up man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I wish others would see it that way. That's why I said I've given up. I can't anymore. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. You know, I watched this. I did one about AT2 last night, who is not a man. And that guy got up there. Yeah, it's really got to change. I appreciate you showing love. That's great. You know, if you really want to show some love, the Cash App is right there on the channel too. But let me tell you guys, if you guys didn't know, this is how much African Americans love me. They have created sectors, multiple sectors, and what they do is they have created multiple sectors within what you call the paywalls, which means like you have to pay whatever it is, $3.99 a month, $4.99 a month. You join these little underground sessions that they have, and they sitting there, they talk about people. Oh, there's nothing like the shit you hear on motherfucker. What's the name? I took advantage, and I bought one of the, it was so cheap. I said, let me get one of these motherfucking subscriptions for a week, and I went in there and I just sat in there and listened, right? And the amount of shit, I'm not gonna say what YouTuber it is, because if I say that, then the motherfucker try to switch shit up. It's a guy though. I'll leave it like that. And so I went into this shit and I just sat there and I just listened. And man, the shit I heard, I had my homegirl pay for it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it'll show up on no thing if you do it otherwise. So I had my homegirl pay for it. And I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm like, this ain't the motherfucker I hear on fucking what's the name? This ain't the motherfucker I hear on fucking YouTube. This is a different motherfucker. This motherfucker is way more shisty. This motherfucker is actually sitting here telling people how he's shisty. This motherfucker even goes so far as to tell people, hey, this is the way I do it when I'm being shisty. And I said, whoa, so this is who you really are. And the people that were in there in the chat were egging him on. Yeah, be more shisty, be more shisty, be more shisty. And I said, these people are horrible. Because it wasn't just like 5 people in there. It wasn't just 6 people in there. There was at least, and I lied to you not, 50 some horrible motherfuckers in there with him. And I said, this is just like when God was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah came down to destroy them. And he told Lot and Sarah the same thing. What are you mad about, Davin? Let them get their just rebuke. Because there's this belief system amongst African Americans and Latinos that dictates nothing is going to happen to me. It's only going to happen to them. No, you're very mistaken. Well, you were very mistaken. I think y'all, as a group, are going to see your retribution right in front of your face. And then at that point, maybe this is the purpose God woke me up to do this, to warn you, you know? Sarah and Lot tried to warn everybody. They didn't believe them either. Until this fucking city started burning from hailstone. Then they believed, Lord help us. Lord help us. That's too late. The Lord has sent Sarah and Lot. I didn't want to listen to them either. I sent Sarah a lot with my word, and you didn't want to listen. Now you can burn in the abyss. Shout out to the 4 heathens that just logged off because they know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 4 heathens that just logged off. May you and your whole family burn in that abyss. Don't show no love for these motherfuckers. Mm-mm. They refused to show and acknowledge where they are in society. And if you say anything against that, they feel as if you are the traitor when in fact, they're the traitors. Any motherfucker that gets up every fucking day and does nothing but provide drama, nonsense, or whatever. Let me ask you a question. As consumers, because that's what you are, you're subscribers, consumers, whatever the fuck else you want to say. What do you get out of it? Do you ever ask yourself the question? Because so many of y'all claim to be intelligent, which many of you, I highly doubt it. But uh, let me ask you this question here. When you wake up in the morning and you listen to all the gossip and everything like that, do you ever ask yourself, well, does this content provider have anything else to offer besides gossip? Do you ever ask yourself that? Do you ever take a minute just to sit back and say to yourself, you know what? Every day that I come to this dude's channel, the only thing he's doing is talking about some drama, some beef. Even on Martin Luther King's fucking birthday, it got superseded by drama by black content creators. Y'all didn't notice that? Every day. You go to your favorite YouTuber this morning, and I guarantee you they got something to provide to you in the tone of drama, in the tone of beefing, in the tone of who said what next, in the tone of these are fucking heathen, useless people. Like, let me ask you a question. Outside of him doing vlogging, what use in society is AT2? What can he do? Outside of blogging, what use in society is AT2? Outside of blogging, what use in society is night and day? And the greater tone of society, what use is Jaguar Right? And the greater tone of society, who is many of these different vloggers as far as contributing to the culture? What you'll find out is nothing. They're detrimental to the culture. Because these gossiping bitch motherfuckers, if anything really goes down, they're going to split like the Red Sea that Noah spoke about. They go part just like the Red Sea. Most of these motherfuckers will be right up under the police lamp like the first 48. Yes, Your Honor. Y'all don't even pay attention to that. If a nigga will get up online and they will consistently talk about people or whatever, that's bearing false witness. And then sneakily, and y'all don't even peep this shit. Most of these motherfuckers that are talking the most online or whatever, trying to point their finger at this person did it. It was all Diddy's fault. Diddy did it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And as they're telling the story, they're admitting the parts where they were there and they were present and they participated in many of times. Mark Curry is fucked up and said this almost 4 times online. And if you people, you pay it, you'll see it. Nigga, you have said 4 times online now and basically admitted to participating in the things that Puff is being accused of. Yeah, I was there, but I didn't do anything. Yeah, all right, motherfucker, tell it to a judge. Tell the judge, yeah, I was in the room, Your Honor. I saw all the butt naked ass women and shit. I ain't do nothing though, I ain't do nothing. I just sat right there and I had a prayer meeting in the back. You know what I'm saying? That guy's such a fucking fraud. I never would. You're the one bad boy artist I never want to be. You know, this motherfucker was actually around, and I actually promoted the one single that he was on for Bad Boy Entertainment, the one single, which is Bad Boy for Life. Yeah, this nigga literally snitches on himself on a day-to-day basis. He's over there with this other kid now, and I'm not even mad at the kid that's interviewing him. You know what I'm saying? His name is Cam something. I'm not even mad at Cam. I'm not even really particularly mad at this motherfucker, aka Papa Smurf. Don't that motherfucker look like Papa Smurf now? You look horrible. Like Mark Curry, I'm sorry, you look fucking horrible. You look like 3 times your age. You need to shave, get a makeover, something, Papa Smurf. Cause you look like Papa Smurf. You ain't even that old. You just look old and elderly. Like, how come you ain't dropping no bars right now? If you such a good rapper, how come you dropping no bars right now? I'm working on a new project. I ain't rapping, I'm singing, but I'm working on a new project. How come you ain't working on a new project? How come you trying to sell a book that you made over 8 years ago still? Why you so heavy on that? This motherfucker dropped this book 8 years ago. It was a Dance with the Devil Here. I help you promote it. That was 8 years ago, dog. Don't nobody give a fuck about that book no more. Papa Smurf. This nigga look just like Papa Smurf. I swear to God to you. Just like Papa Smurf. And people will tune into him every day because they want to hear some gossiping. That is the way of Black America. If you don't gossip, we don't want to hear the real news. We want to hear gossip. Well, the rest of the world wants to hear the real news. The rest of the world is operating off the real news. The rest of the world is living in a platform where they see what's going on and they take it for beta, where African Americans will rely on conspiracy theories. They against us. It's we, it's us. It's always we and us. When it's some shit that's some fucking some shit that we're being assaulted or we're being attacked, it's always we and us there. But when it comes to, hey, hit up the Cash App $ STRINGERBELL 80. Oh, it ain't no us no more. Ain't no we no more. And you think for a minute that I would spend another year advocating for people like that? People that will see you standing in the cold and won't even pay $5 for you to get a coffee. You want even a better example? I'll give you a better example. A lot of people don't know this. I'm about to tell, since we all here telling this shit, I'm about to tell on the Black community and the Black churches in New York City. As many as y'all know, during the pandemic, I was fucked up and I was literally actually homeless for a minute because of a set of different circumstances, including with the landlord and a couple other people, whatever. So I ended up having to go to one of the homeless shelters. I am not afraid to say it. I documented it here on this channel. I'm not ashamed of it. And so when I was there, one of the setups that they have there is I was at a place where it's a smaller facility, and what they do was they will be in line with churches in New York City, right? And these churches in New York City would not only provide bed spaces, but they would have very nice bed spaces. Like, I went to this one place and I'm still a friend with them. It's a Jewish synagogue. And many people know it. It's up there by 80th, what is that, 80th Street or 79th, one or two on the west side over there. Beautiful synagogue, beautiful people that are in that synagogue. I have nothing but love for them. That's why I said, you sit up there talking shit about the Jewish folks. Jewish folks took care of us when we were fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean. When you went downstairs in this huge synagogue, right? Thank you very much, Ahmad. I appreciate that. When you go downstairs in this huge synagogue, and I mean, when I say it was huge, this is the biggest synagogue I've ever seen in my life. You went down literally 3 flights of stairs downstairs. When you went downstairs, there was actually, I think, like 6 or 7 of these rooms, but they were broken off into modern day cubicles, meaning they had multiple beds down there. They had a lounge area you could watch TV in. They had a bathroom down there that you could wash up in. They also had key cups to make coffee and shit. Like, what's it called? The K cups to make coffee and shit. They had a K cup machine, everything. It was beautiful. I had another place that I was at that wasn't far, and I'm still friends with those people up there and go up there to these days. These are multi-million-dollar churches in New York that we were going to. You understand what I'm saying? That's the point I'm getting at there. And so as we was going to these places or whatever, I started to notice something. All of them were Pentecostal. All of them were Jewish synagogues. All of them were or Catholic churches. We went to another one that was Seventh-day Adventist. All of them. All of them. And I do mean all of them were ran by white people. So I said, well, I know there's black churches in New York City. How come they're not? They didn't want to participate in the program. Nor did the Latin churches. They didn't want to participate in the program. In fact, you guys know very in fact, if you're from the New York City area, there's a Dominican gentleman. I'm not going to say his name. There's a Dominican gentleman that works for the state of New York. He's a borough representative. It's a Dominican gentleman who voted against having other minorities or minority churches being involved in this program. Yes, you heard me correctly. There is not one black or Latin church involved in the same program that I just mentioned. And how do I know this? Because I asked at the time who was my motherfucking, what's the name? What you call it there? My worker or whatever the fuck you want to call it at the time. So if you didn't hear it, I'll tell you again. The black churches and Latin churches in New York City will sit back and complain about homelessness or whatever, but there's a program that the homeless shelter I was dealing with at the time was involved in. Where basically what they do is they would send you to these bed sites that were provided by these churches, and each one of them I went to was immaculate. Every last one of them I went to. Every last one of them. But what I noticed was the staff, the parishioners, weren't black and they weren't Latin. They were white every time. And so I asked, I said, well, and I remember asking this question, and I'm talking about reverends and people of the church. So may God strike me down if I'm lying. I said, are there any black Latin church involved in this program where they provide beds and provide food and everything like that for homeless folks? And they said, no, not as of yet. We've been trying though. That's what they told me. And I said, wow, that is amazing. So you mean there's niggas out here complaining, but not helping once again? You see what I'm saying? They out here complaining, but not helping. And then when you try to set it off and be like, hey, let's do this right here, they say, no. We run back over here with the gossip, and we run it back over here with the drama. We run it back over here. We need this guy right here. We need to listen to this person because they keep drama going on every day. And that's what we like. We like drama. They're like grown children. Y'all literally hear vloggers on here. You know they're lying. And to encourage everybody else to believe in the lie, you'll donate to this person and hide behind it and say they're saying the truth. I want y'all to know something once again. I don't know if God is telling me to tell y'all this or what, but stop and raise an eyebrow to anybody that proficiently and profusely always uses this mantra. I'm telling the truth. It's the truth. He told the truth. Anybody you hear say that shit in that octave, in that tone, in that way, and deliver it to you, get the fuck away from them immediately. Trust me on this. If you don't believe nothing else I've ever told you, if you hear a motherfucker scream these words, they telling the truth. Ooh, he told the truth. Get away from that crowd immediately. That is a crowd of sinners. That is a crowd of motherfuckers that have got a special place in hell waiting for them as gossipers. Oh, there's a whole storm waiting for the heretics. Trust me when I tell you this. That's what they are. They're called heretics in the Bible. Heretics, fake and fraudulent witnesses. These are all in the Bible. Shout out to everybody that's logging on because they don't want to hear nothing about the Bible. That's the motherfuckers I'm talking about. Demons. Please unsubscribe too, demon. Please unsubscribe. I want all the demons off my channel. There you go, another one. Good. You too. I want all the demons and ugly, this disgusting black Americans off my channel. I can't stand them motherfuckers. I really can't. All of them that are like that, I can't stand them. May you rest in shit. As you should. You getting mad and logging off because I'm talking about the Bible. They're going to show you my motherfucking soul right there. If a motherfucker log off when you start talking about God, that's the motherfucker you talking about. See how they ran? 3 people just ran off my shit when I started talking about God. They literally ran up off it. It scares them. It scares them. Oh, demons get scared when you talk about God. They run. You see, it's written in the scriptures. They have to run. Just like the devil has motherfucking rules he has to abide by, even within the confines of hell and the 8 layers of hell that exists. Each one, excuse me, 7 layers of hell that exist. And the 8th one being where Lucifer himself is hid at. But each one of those, and if you ever read the book Dante's Inferno, if you've never read Dante's Inferno or the Battle of Gilgamesh or don't help them. Anyway, they don't help you. Thank you, Ahmad Elf, for helping me. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Thank you very much. He is the only, believe it or not, he is the only African American. I can count how many African American men donate to me. I think I've had 4 of them. They especially don't like me. They don't like me because I'm smarter than most of them, but I sound like I'm dumb. That's always been my modus operandi. They sound like you're dumb, but in reality, you're fucking very. As anybody at Bad Boy Entertainment, am I stupid? And you'll understand very quickly why I got the name professional. Even this right here has an ulterior motive to it. Even this right here, what I'm talking about, has an ulterior motive to it. Because this is how you have to be at, and this is how you have to talk to these folks so they'll understand the path that you're going down is dark. And I'm trying to save you, and I'm doing it for free. Call it tough love, call it whatever you want to. Maybe that's what you need to hear. Because there's a reversion of a voice, and there's a reversion of a demon that's been here before, and it has impacted the Black and Latin community so much that y'all are almost motherfucking led through this shit like a fucking marionette puppet, and that's the puppet master. I'll say it for you again. You motherfuckers do not hold anything to accord but gossiping, rumors, and drama. And then you back those behind by saying, God this, God that. No, 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 no. Don't bring God into it. God don't fuck with that. That's the devil that fucks with that. The devil fucks with drama, confusion. Not God deals with order. God doesn't deal with bearing false witnesses written in the Bible. God definitely doesn't believe in 120 plus passages that exist in the Bible that talk against gossiping. Oh, you motherfuckers, most of y'all on the slave way to hell. And most of y'all motherfuckers today were to go off from this earth. Do you think you would be going based off your material on your motherfucking YouTube channels? Do you really think that you will be on your way to heaven? No, I can assure you, most of you will be on your way the opposite direction. I'll be willing to put money on it. The majority of you and the subscribers too, they'll be headed straight to hell. Bearing false witness, starting lies. But you think you are in the light of God. It's one of the biggest misconceptions you could ever have in your life. See, that's the devil actually heralding you to believe that. That's the funny part about it. The biggest motherfucking trick the devil ever played on the world was making the world believe he didn't exist. Biggest trick. And I'm telling you, Black Americans and white Americans are falling more prey and victim to this than anybody else in the world. Because see, here in this country, Black Americans and white Americans have more of a fucking descriptive tone of this country more than anybody, in my opinion. Outside the American Indian, maybe. Meaning they've been here historically, generation after generation after generation after generation. White and Black Americans, specifically the American Indian. This is why I'm specifically going after African Americans and specifically African American men who are amongst some of the weakest men in thought process and everything else that you could ever deal with. You see how the Ahmad L just donated to me or whatever, and I'm not friends with Ahmad just because he donates to me. I'm friends with Ahmad because I like some of the points that he puts out. And he writes things in this chat room that I can agree with a lot of times. The average African-American male, even if they see me at another Black man's trial, which that really fucking blew my mind, when there should have been way more. When I was at the Jonathan Majors trial, there should have been way more Black men in my chat room. It should have been way more black men donating. It should have been, I shouldn't even have had to ask twice. Yo, it's cold out here, man. I'm going back up to this trial, but I this recess for court. Think one of y'all could donate $5, I get a coffee and some breakfast? And what you hear is silence. I even had motherfuckers logging off because I asked for $5 to get a coffee. I didn't say, yo, y'all hit up the cash app. Make sure y'all donate major $50, $100. I didn't even say that. I could have put the shit behind a paywall if I really wanted to. That's what I should have done. Somebody told me that. They said you should have put the whole shit behind a paywall. Oh, if you here, you're coming in and then leaving now. Please don't feel any hesitation. You can go ahead and leave. This is the post. This ain't for niggers. That's the best way I can say it. Niggers are orchestrators of confusion, drama, gossiping, whatever. This isn't a podcast for niggers. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a nigger, I would, or poor white trash, please feel the hospitality of unsubscribing from my page. You're worthless to me. And sometimes you have to tell people that. Somebody said that was mean when I was listening, saying that or whatever. I said, no. The majors coverage wasn't sending out notifications. I saw that after the fact. Yeah, somebody else told me that too. I believe it was because somebody was flagging me. To be more specific, I said it at the time. I believe that Jaguar Wright and her whole team, because she's been running around talking about flagging people. So was the AT2 nigga. Y'all better pay attention to him too. He was like, he just said yesterday, and I did it in the podcast. Just watched last night's podcast, where he said, yeah, I was going to flag it. That's what they do. They flag people. These are cowards. Look at AT2. You don't think he's a coward? Look at him. Look at Jaguar Wright. She hides behind men. She talks shit, and then goes run find a new boyfriend so she can hide behind a man. You're going to end up getting one of them niggas killed. Shit you be saying. You're going to end up getting one of them niggas killed. When them niggas get killed, just remember it was your fault, Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine that shit. Yo, don't mess with my woman. Pow, 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 pow. Fuck you and that bitch. Drop both of them on sight. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're leading to. Anyway, I'll let her find out. Long story short, these are cowards. You understand what I'm saying? And so I remember when Jaguar Wright used to be online and she used to be talking about, oh, there's a troll farm. The troll farm escaped. No, bitch. That was a 21 fake out. You the troll farm. And always have been the troll farm. Meaning that she has a whole group of motherfuckers that go from page to page to page to page. And anybody say something against her, something they don't like, one of the motherfuckers that's logged off must have been one of the supporters or her. She would tell this little tribe to flag their page. I have like 16 to 17 different motherfucking clips now of them running around telling people to flag people's pages. Including that fat ass AT2 motherfucker. Oh, I swear to God, I ever see him in person, I'm gonna take a bat to that fat motherfucker. Oh, I'm gonna whoop him good. You go tell the police that. I'm gonna whoop you good. If I feel one little hesitant of you trying to charge me or something like that, I'm gonna beat you till you can't fucking walk again. Because I don't like motherfuckers like you. Motherfuckers like you are the key reason why half of this shit is going on. You're a fucking coward. I ain't never seen a coward motherfucker like that. He is two different people. The person y'all see on YouTube and the person he is on his little underground site is two different motherfuckers. That's why I think this motherfucker's got some mental problems or something like that. Maybe that's why he lives in his uncle's basement. But these are the motherfuckers y'all choosing y'all like to speak for y'all. Because they speak nice and calmly and they speak articulately. This passage in the Bible says the tongue of the crafty. Anybody ever heard this passage before? The tongue of the crafty. It said you will see many of them in the last days. The tongue of the crafty is people that speak very eloquently, speak very soft, speak very, but all in contention of doing some of the most evil shit you can think of when you're not looking. And that's how that nigga AT2 is. Oh, he's a hypey motherfucker when he's behind that paywall, ain't you bitch? Huh? Oh, yeah, I heard you. Oh, that's a totally different motherfucker right there. That's why I don't do paywalls. I don't do the paywalls because I'm like, there's nothing there I can say. I can't say to y'all that I will say here. I won't say here. I'll say everything right here I got to say to you. And I mean that motherfucker ever make me feel uncomfortable or ever make me feel like you're gonna do something, I'm gonna take a fucking bat, a metal one, and I'm gonna beat you until your legs can't walk no more. I want that motherfucker to be paraplegic when I get done with him. Because you're the biggest piece of shit out of all of them. Because you pretend like you're nice, but in reality, you're a motherfucker. Just like, you remember that time Mike Tyson was standing in front of that cocksucker up there in Canada? He said, you try to act like you're a nice guy, come off like you're a nice guy, but really you're a piece of shit. Just like Mike said, what the fuck are you going to do about it? Talk that Brooklyn shit, Mike. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Nothing. I bet I could fly out there, beat his ass, and come back in one day and film it for you. Bet you I can do that. I've been thinking about pulling up on him too. I was like, I'd have pull up on this motherfucker when he least expected. Like be behind him when he's going to the fucking restroom or something like that, or be next door, get a room right next door to him or something. I'm like, I don't know. I'm a crazy motherfucker when it comes down to it. Yeah, I just don't know. I do different shit, can't you tell? I do way different shit. I come from a way different elka motherfucker. I was next to Puff and them niggas. Like we think different, we move different. Fuck AT2. Fuck you and everybody in your motherfucking household, nigga. Cause they raised a bitch ass nigga such as you. But anyway, like I said, you guys have got to start taking into consideration that the black culture is not what you used to remember. These are terrible people now, the majority of them. You can tell, and I'm not basing this off of who they are. I'm basing this off of what they say in their actions. These are terrible people. And as the 2-3 people that log off because you don't like hearing anything against you, they go, we're perfect people. We couldn't do any wrong. You got that from the white slave masters and raise you up. They used to think the same way too. We're perfect people. If you pay attention to black Americans nowadays, they basically have given into their slavery. The same thing that they thank you for the 2 people that just logged off because you understand exactly what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? The guilty will log off first. Just pay attention to the numbers. When I say a certain thing and you see somebody log off, it's because I'm talking to their inner soul. And that's what demons do when you're talking about their inner soul. They get away from you. It's no different than when a vampire sees a cross, he runs. When a vampire sees garlic, they run. When a vampire sees a necklace that has the crucifix on it, they run. Pay attention. I'm talking about God. They ran. I'm talking about deceitful YouTubers. They ran. I'm talking about whooping a motherfucker ass has been long overdue for ass whooping. They run. They go, another one. That's another demon. These people are not who you think they are. They're collectively given a facade that they're one thing, but their actions are showing something totally different. So if I speak against you, I'm speaking against you because who you have shown me you are. That's why I'm speaking against you, motherfuckers, because who you are versus who you pretend to be. And you can't pretend and put on an acting role. Some of these motherfuckers have convinced themselves that they can even fool God. Remind you of a story you heard in the Bible before? There was a motherfucker that actually thought before he could fool God himself. Remember that story? Who's that story by? Somebody tell me. Watch this. This is how much these motherfuckers have forgotten the Bible. You will not hear one reply because all these motherfuckers in actual content are demons themselves. Because when you ask somebody to quote a passage for you in the Bible in 2024 and they're African American or Latino, please believe it's gonna be a deafening silence. That's not who they worship. That's not who they worship. They worship the devil. Oh, 110%. These motherfuckers worship the devil. The African Americans you have right now, they worship the devil. And the Latinos too, majority of them. They worship the devil. But they will try to sit there and try to tell you, no, it's them that worship the devil. No, 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 no. You worship the devil. Oh, we're going to take a new motherfucking direction with this shit. African Americans worship the devil. Let me tell you why. Because they have all the tenets of the demons. You gossip. That's a sin. You create false narratives. That's a sin. You take money from people and tell them that you're going to lead them to divination. That's a lie. Everything that they do and every move that they make here on YouTube is tenets of the devil, not the God. I put up a repost about Malcolm X. You know how many motherfucking views that shit got? 34. You know how many they got last year when I went there? 114. They wouldn't even share that post with their friends, family, and everything else. 3 days later, I did a post and I was talking about something. I forgot what it was. And it was in the tone of gossip, and I ain't even gonna hold y'all. And that same video got 4,000 views. 2 days later. This is a group of people that spend the majority of their day crying online, talking about everybody else, trying to make comparisons and make it seem like they're so hard and high and mighty. But the reality is, for anybody that is an African American, these people are shit. Purity shit. They don't care about each other. They'll watch each other die. They laugh at each other when tragedy affects each one of them. You'll find that many of them think very archaically. They're tribalists, most of them. And they only support people financially. And the weakest of them being the men. The men are the weakest. They're all raised by women. This is a woman-based culture, if you didn't know. Meaning that women run it. Women get the shots. Everything else. You won't find many of men amongst any of them. Not a real man, anyway. You'll find some nigga to go work out every day, call himself a man, but that ain't no man. Like if you was raised by bitches, you a bitch. You a bitch with a dick. That's all you are. A bitch with a dick, and that bitch standing beside you is no more than a man with a pussy. That's really what they are in the nutshell. 80% of that culture, anyway. Men with pussies and women with dicks. That's one of the most confused sexually cultures outside of whites. Most sexually confused culture. Most of the women are either bisexual or gay. These are the same women that are running the culture. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Most of the Black American women are either bisexual or gay. Who wants to argue? I say good 60% of them are either bisexual or gay. Who wants to argue? Anybody? Anybody want to argue? Oh, okay. Because I'm up for it. If you want to argue, I got the demographics to prove it. You want to argue about it? Anybody want to argue about it? Most African American women are either gay or bisexual. And they display it for you every day. But these will be the same women that's running around. That person gay, that person gay. That's why they run around and do that. Because they want the attention taken off of, no, you're gay, bitch. Y'all sat back and watched a whole bitch named the Brat go and have a whole baby by a bitch. And they didn't even get a black sperm donor. They wouldn't got a white sperm donor. And y'all motherfuckers like, yeah, Brett, congratulations. Congratulations, Brett. Motherfucking Eve went and married this white boy from Germany that could barely speak English. I was like, go ahead, Eve, go ahead. That's right, because ain't no nigga provide for you like that white man can. Y'all watch Serena Williams marry and have babies by a motherfucker that can't even afford the same type of shit she can afford. Y'all stay there. Yeah. Go ahead, Serena. Yeah, girl. You do it, girl. You happy. Yeah, girl. Then you turn around and you get Jonathan Majors, right? And the bitch he was with was actually half Middle Eastern. The bitch's last name is Jabari. Like literally, this bitch is half Middle Eastern. And he was like, that's what he get for being with that white girl. Oh, you mean the same white bitch that you try to talk like, walk like, dress like every day of your life? That's what you mean? So let me get this straight. Everybody can be, this is the doctrine y'all keep missing. What black women try to put out to you is everybody deserves to be happy except for a black dude. Who's that sound synonymous with? Oh, white supremacy. Go ahead, hop off. I want you to hop off. I want you to hop off. And I say this with pride, every fucking nigger nigger that comes on here and you don't like what I have to say, please unsubscribe. That's what I want you to do. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't care about the totality of a culture that don't give a fuck about me or whether or not I have a hot coffee when I'm out in the cold. I want to sit up in a chat room and kiki and we are people. We are race. We are squad. Man, fuck all that shit, nigga. I'll feed you to these motherfuckers based on the treatment I have from these motherfuckers. Think I won't? I'll feed half y'all motherfuckers to the Klan right now. Word up. Here, you want some more of them? Here they go. Motherfuckers ain't worth shit. I'll feed some of y'all motherfuckers to some right wingers right now. For real. Hand and foot. Here you go. Here go 10 more. You want these too? They worthless too. Sitting up here day after day after day, fucking contributing financially to gossip and fucking rumors and shit, but won't help the real gods out. Like, y'all niggas just fake. That's what I was talking to one of the brothers about the other day. Not the brother you saw on camera, one of the other brothers. I'm talking about the real ones. See, them dudes, they actually put in work. Those are black men. That man I had on camera and a lot of School of Mecca, these men were actually on the ground, foots, boots. Not these armchair advocates. Oh, we got to be blackity black. Blackity black. Armchair advocates. Don't do nothing but sit around and gossip all day like the hoes that they are. Sit up and pimp to you from the pulpit of their YouTube camera to give you the good gossip. You never seen none of these motherfuckers outside. When the last time you seen Sarnetta outside? I'll wait. When's the last time you saw Brother Polite outside? I'll wait. Oh, he's still doing the Rolls Royce Chronicles. These are the niggas, and to come to find out that nigga was a child molester. These motherfuckers y'all papered up. Don't tell me I don't have the right to talk the way I talk. Y'all done papered up child molesters. Y'all done papered up motherfuckers that run worse shit or whatever. And I still can't find to my heart why motherfuckers will come on here and listen to me and stay basically the whole time and be like, I ain't donating a dime to you. Umar Johnson's another one. They love these people. They love them. That's why I said this whole culture is built in deceit and lying to one another. This is what they use as survival mechanisms. They lie and complain and cheat on one another, and they use that as survival mechanisms to garner money out of. They don't care about the culture either. And like I said, the men are the weakest out of all of them. They won't take up for themselves. They find themselves pretty much being subservient to the bitches that run the culture. Because if you didn't know, black women, they run black culture. If you didn't know that, they run black culture. All the men will say anything, do anything for them. That's why you have to be very careful when you're around a black dude and one of these black bitches say something the wrong way. You better be ready and prepared to shoot at least 6 of them. You better at least be prepared to shoot at least 6 of them. And shoot that bitch too. Shoot that bitch first. If you ever find yourself in one of those situations, shoot that bitch first. You're gonna get beat up, maybe. You might even get shot back. So shoot that bitch first. Don't start fighting with the fella. Shoot that bitch first because she was the one that started the whole shit. Shoot that bitch and make it where it counts. I'm all with that. Because I'm telling the Lord right now, I'm gonna start shooting bitches. You up on my face, bitch, you getting shot. You threaten me, bitch, you getting shot. You say something about my mother, bitch, I'm shooting you. I don't give a fuck if you're a female or not. We're past that now. I'm not gonna try to murder you per se, unless you try to murder me. But I am gonna make sure that you're maimed. And every time you look in the mirror, you're gonna think about me for the rest of your fucking life. And that night you decide to get loud. This is a bitch around culture. You didn't know? Ain't none of them my brothers. Mardell, you a brother. The rest of them are just niggas. Niggas, they like brown skin until proven otherwise. And that's your brothers. And Ahmad, let me tell you something as you being a good man. Don't you make the mistake of calling these jigaboo ass, gossiping ass, bitch raised ass motherfucking boys your brothers. They're not your brothers. They're not your brothers. They will leave you for dead. They won't be on the highway and have a flat tire and see how many black people stop to help you out. Be in the grocery store and be getting jumped by some white dudes and sit back and watch how many brothers will sit back and film the shit versus helping you. I've seen it before. Y'all remember that black girl in Texas down there? There was two boys that was sitting back. They watched that white boy whoop her ass and filmed it. They talk, Ahmad. That's all they do. They talk. They believe they show action with the wallet, but the only person they donate to is a person that could talk the worst about other African Americans. I tell a story of it's probably 4 weeks ago now. Well, I think it was done on purpose. I just finished doing a live, like literally, I just finished doing a live. And so as I'm walking off on the live, and I'm going to get a coffee once again with my money because nobody donated to the whole live. The rule of engagement is, and if you didn't know, the rest of outside of Black America, because I really don't give two fucks about Black America anymore. It's a bunch of fucking charlatans and con artists. Fuck them. But if you didn't know, outside of Black culture, white culture, and all other cultures, I have said many of things about Black Americans. And shout out to the two motherfuckers that just hopped off because y'all just coons anyway. I've said many things about African Americans. I'm half African American. I've said many things that critique their culture and their behavior and what they donate to and what they financially support. So for the rest of America that doesn't know, do not let Black America fool you here on YouTube. Many of them are charlatans, they're liars, they're con artists, and they sit around and they develop things to complain about on a daily basis because the crybaby generation is which they come from. So they come from bitches, most of them. Excuse my French. Most of them are ran by bitches. This is a culture that you will find is almost exclusively ran by bitches. Not a man amongst none of them. Ahmad El is one of the first men that I've seen pop out of here and take the lead. There are men that actually watch me and they will say, fuck that nigga. We ain't donating to that nigga. I've had men come on here and say, I can't believe this. Men on here asking for donations and they do vlogging every day. That ain't no real man. Nigga, how you know what a real man is? You wasn't even raised by one. Could you imagine that? A nigga coming on YouTube telling you, I can't believe a man is on here asking for donations. A man that go around at places like Jonathan Major's trial and things like that. I can't believe you asking for donations. You shouldn't be asking for no donations. And then we'll go into a bitch's page that's gossiping and give that bitch $100. Which I believe these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers are full-time actors. They don't give a fuck about the culture or nothing. They give a fuck about their pockets. They don't do anything. They don't have any posts that's pro the culture. And y'all giving hundreds and hundreds of dollars to these motherfuckers. What the fuck does Pork Chop AT2 do for the culture? Please tell me. Because the only thing I see is that bitch ass nigga. Every day he's up online, he's just gossiping. Or talking about, oh, I can't believe somebody did me wrong. The whole empathy dance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on here talking about nobody did me wrong. I'm talking about what's reality. Reality is these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves. And it took me a minute to catch on to it, but now that I've caught on to it, I'm like, well, fuck these things. You don't keep on promoting niggas like that. You move on. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do with that. You move on. Oh man, I can't believe I just did something. You move on though. You know? And now it's reached that time where sadly enough, I have to move on from the African American crowd. They're worthless to me. Not in 2024. I can't be fucking with these niggas no more. Wish I would sit around with these motherfuckers for a year. I gave these niggas, listen, y'all don't know. I done gave these people, so I'm gonna start referring to them, these people. I think that'd be a good one. I'm gonna start referring to Black Americans as these people. That's what I see why white people say that, these people, because there's no real way to defend them anymore. I can't defend you anymore. If I defend you, I go against the shit that I stand for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, I just keep it like that. These people, because that's what they are to me. I could care less anymore. I really could. As sad as that sounds, I could really care less anymore. Can't. You can't care about people like that no more. And sadly enough, I'm probably going to, in the end of it, watch them all perish. Slowly but surely. And I don't really care. Yeah, fucked up, but I really don't. I really don't care. As fucked up as that sounds, I really don't care anymore. How can you care about people that show you on a daily basis and say fuck you? Like, let me give you an example, right? If somebody passed by you and they see you in the freezing cold or whatever the case may be, and you doing a piece for, say, like myself, I'm doing a piece about the people, and I'm in front of Trump Tower talking about, yeah, man, fuck this pro. I actually have a joint that I did. Yeah. Oh, most of them are cowards. They just sit in their bedroom, don't you know? They sit in their bed. You haven't noticed the linear fashion that all these, listen, all these motherfuckers, pay attention to me. I went in front of Trump Tower and I gave a definitive, if anybody was there, I'm going to share it again in a few minutes here. When I get off here, I'll go on and share in the community circle because people evidently, like the other day, motherfucker didn't believe, you ain't never go over to the Malcolm X place where he got shot at. All right, well, nigga, he go to re-upload. And the only thing literally you have to do is just go through my videos. And every last one of these videos I'm talking about, I'm there. I've done my work. And even at the time that I did the work, listen to me, white America and the rest of America, even at the time when I did the work, the motherfuckers would come on my platform and they would be like, oh, good job, good job, good job, and wouldn't donate $5 for me to get a fucking coffee while I was in the cold. One night I was up at Trump Tower. It had to be 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And people live in that building, mind you. People live in that building. And if you notice, and if you watch that video, the police didn't say a motherfucking thing to me. Why? Because I've been up there 40 fucking plus times. Even in fact, they were agreeing with me. And you're hearing a couple of videos, me actually having conversations with them. I know everybody that work in that building up there at Trump Tower, damn near. Why? Because I used to stay in the neighborhood. I say that 5 million times when I went up there. I used to stay in that neighborhood. And not one man of color, and I'm talking particularly, they the weakest out of all of them. Trust me when I tell you this. Do not deal with too many black men. They are not men. They are little boys that take directives from fucking women. And if you get in an argument with them, a disagreement with them, and the woman is involved, they will take that woman's fucking side first, because most of them have been raised by single mothers. Don't trust them motherfuckers. I keep the majority of them away from you nowadays because they're not like what they used to be. They used to be solid and stood on something. Now so many of them have been raised by women that they weak. So they think like women. They'll side with a woman before you. If a woman's involved in the scenario, you best believe you're not going to have a word to say. They're going to enjoy it. They're going to agree with that woman off the bat, whether she's right or wrong. The bitch could be sitting up there with the fucking mask on, the fucking money in her hand, and a pistol. And they'd be like, she ain't wrong. She ain't wrong. That's what you get when you get a bitch raid society. So I don't go out of my way to listen to men that sit around, and the only thing they do is sit around and listen to women and niggas that be online talking about, don't donate to that nigga in secret spaces and shit like that or whatever. These are, what do you call people to do that? If you have somebody of color, and just because they don't agree with what somebody else is saying or whatever, so they collectively join together with a woman to go into secret spots and say, hey, don't donate to that motherfucker. What do you call a person like that? Anybody got any suggestions? What do you call a person like that? And of course, you won't have any of these fucking weirdos in this chat room say anything because they know everything I'm saying is the truth. Y'all notice the only person that says something is Ahmad. He's the only real one in here. The other 10 motherfuckers that's watching me right now, purveyors, gossipers, weirdos, you name it. That's how they are. So anyway, I ain't come on here try to get no cash ass from y'all. God forbid that. That only goes to the squaddlers and the liars. That's the only person that gets paid on YouTube by African Americans. But I will encourage other people of other cultures, please start listening to me. I'm about to divulge a whole bunch of shit about how this fucked up culture truly is versus the perceptions that they give y'all online and everything else. And hopefully, maybe we not only can divulge, yeah, a lot of self-help going on. And hopefully we can divulge and break open some of these motherfuckers. And I'm willing to go to the top with this. You know, like I said, we about to Candace Owens the fuck out of this shit. That's what we about to do. If you won't help me, I'll be your worst fucking nightmare. How about that? Oh, you should. You gonna remember in the end. Maybe we should have helped him out because I'm gonna be a motherfucker. See, one of the things about me is I know all your secrets. I know who you really are. I know who you portray to be. I know who you really aren't. And I'm gonna use those talents to motherfucking do a whole expose on the black culture and who they really are, what they support. This is the beginning. Oh, it's gonna get bigger. And it's gonna be to the point where y'all gonna hate me. And I hope you do. But I want you to do remember one thing amongst your hate when you're in that moment. Remember, this was the same guy that went out of his way to try to help the culture. And what did the culture do? They said, nah, fuck that. We going with the gossipers. Okay, so you stick with the gossipers then. You made your choice. I'm not your friend anymore. And I want to make that very clear in 2024. Don't come to me asking me to motherfucking do these pro-black posts. Don't come to me talking about, yo, dad, can you go back up to Trump Town and talk about the difference between pro-white trash and stand-up white people in front of white people's face in front of the cops too? No, I'm not doing that. That's bravery. I went in front of Trump Tower and talked about the difference between motherfucking white trash and white folks right on Fifth Avenue, right in front of Trump Tower. And niggas say, oh no, that's light. You didn't talk nice enough to us. I said, man, listen, this soft ass culture, I don't want to be fucking part of that shit. These motherfuckers are cowards. Cowards and soft, the majority of them. Cowards and soft. You didn't talk nice to us. It's the way you said it. That's what I don't like. I don't like the way you said it. They did the same thing to Kevin Samuels when he was alive. God bless his heart. They told people they did a whole campaign against Kevin Samuels when he was alive. Made fun of him when he died. The bitches, the bitches run the culture in black culture, And that one man stood up and said, nah, we're not going to laugh at a man's death. These bitches were literally laughing at his death. You know, one of the most vicious bitches that did it was Vivica Fox. I hope that bitch get hit by a train. I really don't care for the women. The women are some of the nastiest motherfuckers out of all of them. Oh, they're nasty. Nasty, messy, don't give a fuck about anything. That's where that little term, oh, that's messy. That's when it came from a black bitch. And that's who these motherfuckers are led by. Now, I can't do nothing in comparison to motherfucking being led by pussy. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to step back from a culture that's led by bitches. And if you're a masculine man on these YouTube streets and you talking, they definitely don't want to hear you. I hate to say this, there ain't no shots at the LBGT community, but the only way you can be successful, this is how much bitches run black culture. The only way you could be successful online and not take any heat is if you're an LBGT content creator. And I think that's why I said, I think that nigga Pork Chop, I've been paying attention to a lot of shit he says. What if that nigga's just pretending that he's gay and he's not really gay? You ever thought about that? Because I heard him several times now say, I'm not a gay man. Then why do you come off like a gay man? Because like I ain't never been gay, but I've been around gay men before, and I noticed that there's like a certain, you know what I mean, certain swag they got. You know what I'm saying? You sure are able to recreate that swag pretty easily, buddy. I don't know. I'm confused. Is a nigga pretending he's gay to keep a crowd? It's like I told you, like that's a fucked up culture, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, y'all believe what y'all want to believe. Them people are fucked up. For real, Latinos too. Them people are fucked up, bro. The way they think, the way they move, everything, they just fucked up, bro. That's why I say anything that happened to them from this point, fuck them. It's all about self-preservation now. So, being saying that, like I said earlier, We start 2024 off different. I don't care who's missing. I don't care who was done wrong by the cops. I don't care who got kidnapped. I don't care what bitch is having troubles with her job. I don't give a fuck what motherfucking kids are missing. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. Yeah, whatever he is, fuck that nigga. Like I said, that nigga ever jump in front of my face and I feel threatened, I'm gonna take a motherfucking bat and I'm gonna beat that motherfucker till he can't walk no more. That's what I really want to do to him. I want to see him suffer. So you'll find me very different. I take enjoyment in shit like that. But that's what I want to do. And I want to hear every ow, ooh, ow. I want to hear every last one of them. I want to smile as I'm doing this. The blood is sprattering on my fucking hands. I want to fucking hear that motherfucker scream. That's what I want to do. Yeah, but that's another conversation. Irregardless, like I said, count me out of the whole black thing moving forward in 2024. You motherfuckers go and kill yourself slowly, because that's what you're doing. I can no more participate. I can no more take off for you. I can no more be the gentleman that I was. And to those 4 motherfuckers that just logged off here, please unsubscribe. You're worthless to me. You're going to hear me say a lot of things that are mean, that you might consider. You're going to hear me say a lot of things that you never heard me say before. And it's justified. It's justified. Because the rest of America, and I do mean America, red, white, and blue, not these fake Pan-African motherfuckers that think they're going to live half Africa and half of America at the same time. Fuck those people. Fuck those people. They don't even care about each other. So why should I give a fuck about people that don't even care about each other? If one of them within their own diaspora says something about the other one and they don't like it, they automatically attack each other. But they won't attack the same people that they say are motherfuckers. White people, I know y'all sit back and laugh at these motherfuckers. You literally laugh. We were kings. We were queens. I know y'all laugh at that shit. You gotta laugh at it. In a bigger structure of America, you gotta just look back and laugh at it. Like, they're still doing that 40 years, 50 years, 60. They're still doing that. They think that's the way, huh? Then they learn by the failure of their kids. Like, you would think that, right? Nah. I say, let niggers die. That's what I say. The world will be better. Them and poor white trash. The world will be better. This channel isn't funded by African Americans. This channel isn't donated by African Americans. So I had no obligation to you. And so, being that I have no obligation to you, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say about y'all in 2024. And if you had listened to me in 2023, you would have saw this coming. But now I'm going to really make you motherfuckers hate me. Oh, we about to Candace Owen the fuck out of this shit. The fuck am I sitting over here with poor motherfucking niggers and worthless niggers when there's bigger money out there? And it doesn't exist with fucking niggers. It doesn't. I only speak for myself, but you doing a series about your experiences in the music industry would be, I'm not giving them that. I'm not giving them that. They had the opportunity to do that, Ahmad, when I was, see, they want me to talk about the music industry because they revert back to what's again what I'm saying. They don't want to have conversations on, I heard Corey Holker say this. This was amazing to me. Check this out. So yeah, anybody out in the Chicago area, y'all heard about Lil Lewis, right? Y'all know Lil Lewis, he's a DJ. And so Lil Lewis took his own money. He's a black DJ. He took his own money and he went and he wanted to have a seminar for people so they could learn about music contracts, right? And he said it was one of the biggest financial mistakes he ever made in his whole entire life. Barely anybody showed up. This motherfucker rented out space and every fucking thing else. I heard this out of Corey Holker's whole mouth. No, from state to state to state, these motherfuckers are like that. And they don't want to be called out about it because it makes them have to fucking embrace reality. Yes, it definitely. I'll even send you the fucking clip of it. His name is Lil Lewis. He's a DJ. He's world renowned all across the international. International. Lil Lewis is well known in Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you know who fuck Lil Lewis is. So no, I tried that before. The way they wanted, they didn't want me to talk about percentages. They didn't want me to talk about fucking contracts. I tried to tell them about contracts. I tried to tell them about a couple of things. I've been doing this for 4 years. That's why I said I'm fed up with it about it at this point. These are not real people. These are people that are bandwagoners and clout chasers. That's what the majority of black culture and Latin culture is. They don't give a fuck about fucking learning contracts or anything like that. I was in the music industry for 17 years. So no, I'm not going to divulge anything to them. They want secrets. They want to know who was cheating on who. They want to know who was having sex with who. This is the announcement they want to know in the music business versus knowing the real intricacies of the music business. So I'm not going to give them nothing for free when I can go to the goddamn Jonathan Majors motherfucking shit. And they, even after they see the rebroadcast, still won't donate to that shit. And I was there for the full 2 weeks. You think I would take the moment to help these motherfuckers anymore? No, these motherfuckers can fall off the fucking edge of the earth. Fuck them. Because that's the same exact thing they say to me every time they see me up here go live. That's the same thing they say to me every time they see me in these locations. These motherfuckers would rather be jealous of me than help me. Should be no goddamn. If I was white and I was up here and I was saying the same thing, I just did a joint the other day. Let me show you how hypocritical this fucking culture is. I just did a joint the other day, and this bitch, I think it was yesterday, this bitch up on the Upper East Side, anybody knows New York knows a lot of money over there. On the Upper East Side was able to raise $18,000 via her neighbors to hire a fucking pet detective to find her lost dog, Sophie. $18,000. The bitch had set aside $6,000. $6,000. Let's get this bitch up out of here. Y'all see this bitch right here? Let's get this bitch the fuck up on out of here. This type of bitch I'm talking about. Bitch, you ain't never donated and I ain't never seen you before. Get that bitch out of here. $18,000. You see what that bitch said? See that bitch said? That's a taunter right there. Tarisha Dottie. Now, do you understand how long it takes to create a motherfucking profile page? Do you understand how long it takes to set up a Google account? This motherfucker went there and did that instead of donating. Get these goofy. I tried to tell you. Now y'all see it for yourself. That's black culture right there. That's what they do right there. Let me circle. This is there right there, y'all. Teresa Thotty. She went and made that account for herself. This is what they do. They're like little children. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to listen. They're like children. That's why I said the whole shit about to be different. The whole shit about to be different. I'm about to be Black America's worst enemy. That's where the money's at. Well, I tried to help. They didn't want my help. They turned their back on my help. They made fake profiles and you know what I'm saying? Spoke in my account. So let's see what happens if I do it this way. Because one thing about me, y'all motherfuckers might be slick, like a Jaguar, right? Shit like that. But I'm smart. Very smart. Extremely smart. You about to see how fucking smart I actually am. I don't need niggas to talk about me. What the fuck I worry about a nigger talking about before? Who cares about niggas talking about? A nigga's measurement in life is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a fuck? Oh, no. I'm not worried about niggas. No. I'm not worried about no niggas no more. Niggas are a waste of time. Who else doesn't like niggers in here? Speak up. Not black people, niggers. Who else doesn't like niggers in here? Anybody? Anybody don't like niggers? I don't like niggers. Niggas are boring. Niggas are worthless. I'm even limiting myself on the amount of African Americans I hang with from now on. I'm not gonna be hanging with them too much anymore. Anybody else don't like niggers? Anybody? Okay. I don't like niggers. I like black people. I don't like niggers. And YouTube seems to be full with niggers. Whole bunch of niggers. Niggas that should be burned at the stake, or niggas that should be doused with some type of eugenics. You know what? I agree with you now. Nah, I ain't gonna say that nigga name. I agree with maybe we should offer some type of what's the name? Sterilization for these bitches. I don't like any of them. Really. I mean, like 90% of them I don't like. I'll tell you why. Because 90% of them will listen to the nigger before they'll listen to the person that has some actual common sense. And that's the problem. This is why people like Omar Johnson have been able to be so lucrative, work their way all the way up to Power 105 and more. This is why people like Tariq Nasheed can run the same hustle or whatever. They're very dumb people. And instead of just sitting there and saying, well, you know, they're geniuses, just keep it for what it is. They can easily be led away. They're easily fooled. They're dumb. The majority of them are dumb. That's all I got to say.